Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. And this is a paid request for IceCubeForLife. Thank you so much for that. For anyone that wants to request any type of videos, it could be a movie review, re-review, random thought stream, commentary, tier list, ranking, video game playthrough, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. I do have a CashApp as well. Links are goddamn below. PayPal is the best way to do it. Do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And thank you so much for everyone for their generosity and your patience. I really, truly do appreciate it. Now, this is for... He wanted me to do a comparison of 3 movies that are golf comedies. Which, I mean, you don't... Well, I was going to say, you don't really see that nowadays. I guess there was Happy Gilmore 2, but to be honest, I have not seen... And in case people ask, no, I have not been requested Happy Gilmore 2. I have not seen Happy Gilmore 2. I'm sure it's a giant... Remember that was a thing? And no one talked about it? Like, it came out, I did not hear a single soul. I think my friend Uncle Bill saw it, and he said it sucked. I was like the only person I know that even saw the fucking movie. And... nobody else talked about it. I guess that shows how good it was. I didn't even get a request for it. Like, people didn't give a shit. But Happy Gilmore, the first one. You got Caddyshack, and you got Tin Cup. Now, right off the bat, I liked all 3. All 3, I think, are good in their own respective natures. And... you know, in a way, there's no wrong pick for me because I think all 3 are good. They're fun to watch. Now, granted, this is more for me Happy Gilmore versus Caddyshack, because Tin Cup I would put in the 3rd spot. I do like Tin Cup. For those who don't know, it starred Kevin Costner. From the same director who did White Men Can't Jump, and I think he did Bull Durham with Kevin Costner. I think it's the same guy, and Kevin Costner was a big golf guy, but then he's kind of just floating through life. His buddy's Cheech Marin. Then eventually he falls in love with Rene Russo, who's going out with Don Johnson. So he's got a good cast. I will be honest, I have not seen that film in a long time. I remember the finale where he kept trying to get the ball in the hole, and he could find ways to shorten that up, but he was too damn stubborn. And that's one of his character defaults, is being too damn stubborn on things. But I do remember the cast making that film work. And if we're talking romance-wise, I would say of the 3 that has the best romance, because I do think Kevin Costner and Rene Russo had some good chemistry with each other. I do remember being some funny bits, but I do think the other 2 are much funnier than Tin Cup. Cheech Marin has some good lines in there. I always like Cheech Marin. This is when he was stepping away from Cheech and Chong. Had stepped away for a while, actually, and he did Born in East L.A., then he did stuff with Robert Rodriguez, Desperado, he was in From Dusk Till Dawn, and really made a career out of himself solo. Don Johnson, he did Nash, which, you know what, I've never seen an episode of Nash Bridges, now that I think about it. I've never seen an episode of Nash Bridges. And I was just looking up, apparently they did like a revival movie a few years ago, which I never knew about. Apparently nobody else fucking did. Again, the more you know. So yeah, apparently there was like a re-team of them revival movie that I don't know if anyone asked for, and I guess no one gave a shit. It could be, I mean, again, I never saw the show, so maybe the movie was good too. Maybe the show's good. But anyway, I like the cast. But the other 2 are funnier. So it's between Happy Gilmore and Caddyshack. And I think I could see some going either way. Some people going for one, going for the other. Because if you look at the ensemble cast, you'd have to give it to Caddyshack, because you got Bill Murray, you got Chevy Chase, you got Rodney Dangerfield. It has a more catchy theme song. You know, I'm alright. Don't nobody worry about me. And you have unique, different types of comedy. Rodney, how he talks, and self-deprecating humor, and just the way he pitches those type of lines that he had in stand-up at. Chevy Chase being much more dry with his humor, and then Bill Murray playing much goofier but fun character. Is in the hole. Is in the hole. Cannonball, come on, cannonball, cannonball. I need you to kill that gopher. But boss, if I start killing the golfers, I'm going to get arrested. Not golfers, the gopher. Okay, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. It is a funny movie. The one thing I will say against it, which maybe it's not fair, but there's I always forget, Michael O'Keefe. He kind of, I don't know if I want to say a wet blanket, but, parts of the film focuses on him. I don't really give a shit. I mean, he's there, but I don't really give a fuck about Michael O'Keefe's character. He's kind of like, we guys. I rather center it on Chevy Chase or Rodney or Bill Murray, but they center it on him, and he kind of goes to the villain and like all this other stuff, and with all these other lively personalities, maybe it was just always up to Michael O'Keefe to look a lot lesser in stature compared to these other guys. Because, I mean, you could argue he's the lead, but that's why he's not on the fucking poster, because the other people are much more, not only popular, but they're much more of the reason people remember Caddyshack. It's not because of Michael O'Keefe. I'm sorry if Michael O'Keefe's, not to dog on you too much, but, I mean, who knows? It's anybody might have been in the same in that front, but I do wish they would have made his character more interesting, because we do have to follow him along. Whether it be like an up-and-coming comedian. Because I think that would have been cool. Yeah, he could play things straightforward, but he would have that little bit of personality and a little bit of that oomph to him. So he just doesn't seem like just a blasé guy. That's really one of my only issues of Caddyshack is that character. Because he's just a boring character. I did that. He's a fucking boring character. I sound like Tarantino talking about Paul Dano. You fucked up the movie. You're the worst actress set. No, he's not the worst actor. But it's just... I don't know if I've seen anything else with Michael O'Keefe in them. I don't really give a fuck, but... Happy Gilmore, on the other end, it still has a good ensemble cast. Because you got Carl Weathers, even Ben Stiller. I like the lady who plays his grandma. Shooter McGavin, of course. Christopher McDonald. I always say of the villains, he is my favorite villain, Shooter McGavin. I think Christopher just really sold that villain. Ted, was it Ted Knight? He did a good job in Ted, but I gotta give it to Shooter McGavin. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? You don't pay. Okay, I just may. I'll go back to the bay, get some hay. What do you say? This is the way, Happy mocks Shooter McGavin. Shooter, Christopher just has that gusto. And then there are times he gets flustered and angry. It's just a lot of fun as that villain. And Adam Sandler, this is his golden years. He's starting out. He had done films like Airheads, which is a fun, underrated one. Billy Madison, which is fun. That was a bit of a hit. And this did even better. And then he would just get bigger hits. The Wedding Singer. The Waterboy. Then you have films like The Longest Yard. And even Anger Management. And becoming even a bigger box office. 50 First Dates. And I like a lot of Adam Sandler films. If I look at his filmography, I like him a lot better than someone... Will Ferrell. someone like that. I much prefer Adam Sandler. It's just, in recent years, his more dramatic work is more interesting to me than his comedic work. Spaceman was a flawed movie, but it was interesting. I liked Uncut Gems. That's a pretty intense film. But yeah, that stuff is more fascinating to me than comedy, which is a shame. Again, I love how, like, Happy Gilmore. If I did a list of my top 10 favorite comedies of the 90s, Happy Gilmore would be in there. Because of the 90s, I would also say, like, Tommy Boy would be in there, Friday would be in there. I'd think about the 90s. But, I mean, Happy Gilmore, like, I love Happy Gilmore. It's hilarious. It's funny. I could watch it today and laugh my ass off. That goes to show you how dire straits Adam Sandler is to comedy nowadays, that even I, and I'm sure a lot of people, did not bother the fuck to see. I bet there's a lot of people that love the first one and never cared to see Happy Gilmore 2. Just like, why? Why torture yourself? I'll do it if it's a paid request, but that's the only way I will do it, if it's a paid request. Oh, give me a paid request for the first, both of them. At least I can watch a good one, then the more than likely shitty one. Anyway, but yeah, Happy Gilmore, I just find it the funniest of the three movies here. I like that Adam Sandler. You do definitely feel his energy in these early years. Just nowadays, if he does comedy, he's very kind of, he's very more mellow. He's just phoning it in, testing it in. He's kind of going through, letting the wind float him wherever the fuck he goes, performance-wise. Sometimes very drowsy. Like, if you look at Pixels, that's a very, I don't give a fuck, my heart is not in this, I'm just glad to get the paycheck type of performance. And he does that a lot in some of these comedies. He just kind of talks, I mean, it just, wake up, where's your energy? I get that you're older, but you look at, again, Happy Gilmore, you just see. But that's because they had something to prove. When you see these guys early on, they had something to prove. Jim Carrey was able to pull it up and out of his ass for the Sonic the Hedgehog movies, because he does do a good job in those films. So you wish that Adam Sandler could. Even Eddie Murphy. I know a lot of people did not like Beverly Hills Cop 4. I did. I thought that was a nice surprise. I saw a bit of the old Eddie Murphy in there. Same with Dolomite Is My Name. So he's pulled it off a couple times. I didn't see his new one with the armored truck one. I think Andrew Dice Clay has a big part in it. I never saw that one. Or the Candy Cane Lane one. Never saw that, but Eddie Murphy's done it a couple times. I wish Adam Sandler could do that again, but it just seems like it's not in his DNA anymore to be funny. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to remember the last comedy of his I laughed at. As stupid as it was, it probably was You Don't Mess with the Zohan. As dumb and silly as it was, I did laugh a number of times in that movie. Anger Management I liked with him and Jack Nicholson, but man, I don't know, I'm going off, Adam Sandler retrospective here, but like when you see the film and he's at the hockey training, the tryout is like, come on, and you just see his violent anger outbursts that seem genuine. When he's doing the golf and the ball gets this close, it's like, you son of a bitch, ball, that's your home. That's your home. Why don't you go to your home, huh? Answer me. Suck my white ass ball. I still get a kick out of that. When he's with Bob Barker and things are going wrong and Bob Barker's talking trash and then Adam Sandler fights back and they have that fight. Just the price is wrong, bitch. And then Bob Barker beats his ass. You've had enough. Oh no? And then kicks him and knocks him out. Now you're done, bitch. Rest in peace to Bob Barker. But that's a fun, memorable scene. Carl Weathers, rest in peace to him. He was great as Chubbs, the trainer, and him as his hand that was bitten off by a gator, and again Ben Stiller. I will, from time to time, I still say that line: "You will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep." Ben Stiller's hilarious in that bit as a guy who runs the facility that the grandma's in, and like grandma's hugging happy, and she looks over, and Ben Stiller's like, he's hilarious in that. So I think Caddyshack is funny. Rodney Dangerfield has some fun moments. You must have been something before electricity. Hey everybody, we're all gonna get laid. Rodney is fun, of course. Chevy Chase, he's fun. You take drugs every day. Good, good. No, 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 no. And Bill Murray. Well, if I kill all the golfers, don't go for you. He's hilarious. But again, I kind of wish one of them was the lead character. You know, the golfer. I go back and forth with the golfer in Caddyshack. Like, it's fun and it's silly. I like that it's this Muppet. It does feel weirdly out of place in a way with Caddyshack. It's one of those things like you watch the film and then imagine doing a film like that today. Meaning you have this comedy with all these, well, potential stars, and then you put something like that in it. People would think you're crazy, you're nuts. What the fuck is this? Like, people would call it out and be very mocking about it, but it's weird. In a way, we kind of just accepted this puppet, Muppet golfer. I don't know if I'm the only one that finds that kind of weird. And I'm in the same boat. I kind of just accept it. Yeah, that's what it is, because that's the kind of comedy it is. But it is weird. But he's cute and funny, and, you know, Bill Murray, it works. It's still funny. It's just weird how we have accepted that. Maybe because we grew up with it, so it just seems really, not natural, but just got used to it. But yeah, Happy Gilmore, I still find it the funniest of the three. I find it the most hilarious of the three. Golfing wise, I wonder if there's got to be stuff on YouTube where there's golfers that analyze golfing movies. I'd be curious to see which of these three is the most realistic in terms of the golfing. I don't know if anyone's ever done that, but I'd be curious. I don't like golf. I think golf is a very fucking boring sport. Wasn't like George Carlin or someone said, I'd rather watch flies fuck than watch golf. Someone said that, some comedian back in the day, but yeah, I'd rather watch flies fuck. Because at least I'd be like, how you do that with flying, man? Because you gotta be hovering and you gotta be really fucking busy. Like, you gotta be busy flying so you don't land, and then you gotta put in the pink or the stink or whichever it is. But see, right there, I'm more interested in that than fucking golf. I didn't give a shit about Tiger Woods. Because I don't watch golf. I don't give a fuck about Tiger Woods. What is Tiger Woods even doing nowadays? Didn't he had a lot of controversies, and I guess he retired. I don't know. He seemed like one of those guys that was like a big deal, but then I don't know. It seemed like he didn't win as many as people thought he was going to win. I don't know. See, this is where my lack of knowledge of golfing is showing. If anyone's a hardcore aficionado of golf, please feel free to educate me. Did Tiger Woods live up to his hype or not? Like Michael Jordan did. But did Tiger Woods... Again, going off tangent. Music, okay, if if you're talking music-wise, store-wise, I remember Happy Gilmore's store more. Theme song-wise, I remember Caddyshack more. Golfing action-wise, I guess I remember the ones in Happy Gilmore more, just with all the crazy stuff where he's like riding the golf club, and then his grandma's riding it because he loves what he's doing on TV. Him cursing the guy out, and they're bleeping the word, "You motherfucker, fuck that!" And they have to bleep all the words. Carl Weathers trying to, it's all in the hips. Come on, stop it. It's all in, like how playful Carl Weathers is. So I would say that parts I remember the most of the three. I mean, romantic wise, because I mean, the love interest stuff is fine in Happy Gilmore. It is what it is. It's fine. Caddyshack, I don't think there wasn't. Well, I just, Chevy Chase tries to deal with a girl. And I remember that, I mean, there's some witty humor from Chevy Chase. Again, I just see people choosing Caddyshack because of those heavyweights in comedy. But again, of the three, if you're asking me which I would pick and watch right now, it'd be Happy Gilmore. Caddyshack is a good choice, though. I mean, I'd rewatch all three. I really would. I'd gladly rewatch all three. Maybe one day I'll do that, just rewatch all three and then review each one when it's fresh in my mind. Caddyshack 2. There you go. I was not itching my nose until Caddyshack 2 entered my fucking brain, so there you go. What a horrible fucking movie that is. Caddyshack 2 is the shits for the birds. Anyway. That's my comparison on it. I gotta go with Happy Gilmore for the win, then Caddyshack, and then Tin Cup. But all three I think are good. Thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye for now.